Good evening, it's Tan. How are you? Hey, Juanita. How are you? Hi, Simone. Hey, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Welcome in. Hey, YouTube. Good evening. Thank you guys so much for tapping in. I'm Coach Kenya. Welcome to IRISE Sunday, and we are getting our daily reading done early today to kick off this week. I went to church. I'm wearing a custom-made Nigerian headwear and outfit, and that's pretty much it today. Hi, Queen. How are you? I came home from church and had to take a little nap. I was feeling kind of tired. I got some rest, and now we can go live. We couldn't at first because I was tired. And I wouldn't say I was tired, but my legs were a little swollen, so it's bothering me a little bit. Good to see you, Queen, and thank you. Thank you. Let me do this so I can see these comments. Okay, there we go. I have all my contacts and they're a little blurry because I took a nap in them, so I have to wait till I blink enough to clean them up. I guess it's, put solution in them, but that's what's running down my face. But anyway, good evening, you guys. Thank you so much, Queen. I'm supposed to say, don't forget to get your heart me's. My team told me to remind you guys. Hey, Deanne, how are you? Hi, Carmi. Carmi C, how are you? Olivia, so. Welcome in, Johnny. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you guys all so much for being here. And good evening. Janita, I said Juanette, and it's Janita. Tesfaye, how are you? Today is Sunday. It's July 13th, and today is 208th day of us going live together and reading and motivating and inspiring each other on better ways to look at fear, faith, overcoming, arriving, making better choices that better serve you. So it's not just weight loss. It's also being open to the ideology that everybody, all of us, can grow or change in one way or another. We all can. So it's not only about the people that want to lose weight or want to be on a health journey. It's also about individuals who want to grow their mind, their body, change their current state, arrive emotionally to a higher plateau of self actualization. I mean, it doesn't just have to be those who want to lose weight. It can be someone who says, you know what, I'm not who I want to be or who I thought I would be, and I'm not where I want to be or doing what I thought I would be doing, and today I want to change that. It can be that could be you too. So I was just thinking as there's a little button there and it was poking me, so I was trying to. Okay, there we go. So it's like it's so even if your journey isn't weight, maybe your journey is battling depression and anxiety, or maybe your journey is battling starting stuff and never finishing. Maybe you have the start to stop disease. That's what I call it. When you start but you quick to stop. Slow to start, quick to stop. That's what I call it. Start to stop. Um or maybe you're just someone who's recognized that you want to do something bigger, better, and be greater. Maybe you've decided that the job you've done forever isn't the job for you, and you're just searching for that inspirational information to elevate that for yourself, and it as well. So welcome into all of you who are here. Thank you guys so much for giving me a little bit of your love as I cross your FYP page this evening. My name is Coach King Lachelle Elliott. I've lost over 479 pounds naturally. No surgery, no injections. Don't even waste your fingertips worrying about typing it. That is not what I did. No, I did not diet. No, I did not count caloric or steak. I didn't keto. I didn't watermelon diet. I know. I'm trying to go through all the questions I ask. No, I didn't have skin removed. However, I've done a whole bunch of things in the past prior to gaining 600 pounds for fat. However, my food addiction left me eating about 20 to, I don't know, 70 or 80,000 calories a day. And I ballooned up to 600 pounds in 10 months and was given 30 days to live. So as much as I would like to just tell you this is all about you dieting and you running to the gym and putting the fork down, I want to tell you that it's so much more intricate than that. I want to give you validation that you are not crazy, nor are you lazy. And that if anyone has ever told you just eat better, lose weight, just stop complaining, just this, it doesn't quite work like that. Good evening, Carol Robinson. Thank you so much. Good evening. Good to see you. Long time. Hi, Carol. Good to see you as well. This is my backup page. My other page, I don't go live on no more. We don't have access. So this is our backup page. So we've been going live over here for 111 days on this page instead. We go live every day in class every day. Yep. Hi, Smitty. How are you? Welcome in. Me, me, Met, Tam, me, Tam. Me, Tam K. Am I saying it right? 13. Welcome in. Thank you so much. Hey, Shung. Welcome in. Hi, Tabitha and Minnie. Thank you so much for stopping by. How are you feeling? I miss you too. I'm pretty sure you strong and running circles if you was able to finish your treatment. So that's what I'm praying for, that you're running circles around me. That's my prayer, at least. Hi, Tina Marie. How are you? I miss you so much. Let's connect. Hi, Total Tally. I don't know if I said it right. If I mess y'all names up, sometimes I can't say my name right, so don't worry about it. I apologize. It's no pun. There's no pun intended. My actual clients will tell you, to some of them I still don't can't say their name right, but I'm working on it. I had 3 strokes, so my brain has a little debuncle in there. So some things I'm not intentionally messing up. I have a brain thing happening. So I try really, really hard not to let that be my crutch and make myself learn people's names. So I'll keep asking, how you say your name? How you say your name? And then I'll work really, really hard to try to get my tongue to do what it's supposed to do to say your name right, or to say whatever you're trying to oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, my strokes are years old. So I'm definitely very much as well as I recovered a long way, because I could used to was paralyzed from the waist down, couldn't talk, couldn't eat, couldn't talk, had a feeding tube, couldn't use the bathroom on my own, have tubes in all the holes in my body, was in a wheelchair or hospital bed, and couldn't advocate for myself. So God is definitely, thank you so much for your prayers, but God is definitely in the building, y'all, and doing it, because I remember where I came from. Every now and then I'll take a look back over where I came from, and I'm quickly humbled. You understand me? Anytime I try to get out of pocket or beside myself, I'm quickly humbled, because I remember that wherever I'm at right now, and it was nothing like where I came from. So I bet not dare be ungrateful for where I'm at right now, because where I came from is so destitute. You understand me? So where I'm at right now, I don't have to get too worked up if it ain't where I want to be, because where I came from was where I refuse to be. You understand me? I refuse to go back. So where I am, I'm going to have gratitude in this space, because I remember what it could look like. I remember what it used to look like. I remember what it used to feel like and sound like and be like. And I don't want it to be like that for me no more. So I choose in this space. It may not be all that I wanted or all that I need, but it is in this space that it's everything He feels I need. And I try to find my humbleness in that. I try to find my humbleness in that, because it's not easy to keep showing up every day. It's not easy to keep getting up every day, y'all. Everything ain't roses, bubble gum, and popsicles. And sometimes when we're on these apps and we're living life and we're watching TV, we think everything is bubble gum and popsicle, because so and so got a Range Rover and Betty John at 20 got a house, and we think they got it without rain and storms and failures and loss. And with every rising, there is a struggle. We know that. We know that with every rising, there is a struggle. So I just try to find peace in God. Because even when I try to put peace in myself, I'm not really capable, but God is. Because all I'll end up doing is keep thinking about the same things over and over, trying to find peace. Y'all following me? Y'all got me? So what I have to try to do is not think about how I can fix it, but think of just keep like, okay, right now I'm praying on something. I want to expand in a space. It's not tapped into. It's for my clients. It's very unique. It's not typically for clients that have weight loss issues, but I strongly feel like it's something that would truly benefit individuals who are in my weight loss and wellness community and who are on their way. And it's something that most people probably would never want to be able to provide or offer, but it's deep within my heart because I know where I came from and I know what people can benefit from. Based on that, I trust in God is mine, and that's mine, baby. You hear it? You hear it? Every day I have my sister, my entire Ghanaian family singing this around the house. Okay. Okay. So because of that, and I don't know who was you the one that turned me on to this? Because one of y'all turned me on to it originally. Sis, was you the one that originally turned me on to it, baby? How is nephew? He just fell in my spirit actually. Hi, Oceans. Sissy, you might have told me about this song when it first came, when I first started listening to it. For over a year. For over a year, right? It was you then. It had to be you in one of our sessions, sis. Because I've been listening to it for over a year. Somebody told me about it. I didn't know about it because I don't know. It was you because I don't know this. I don't know him. I don't know Mark. Most you remember I live. I'm Afrobeat. All my stuff is Ghanaian. So it had to be you, sis. It had to be. Thank you. I've been so blessed. I have my family walking around saying all our TVs are always. We have YouTube Premium, so all the TVs always have YouTube Premium playing gospel. From Ghana, South Africa, Nigeria. It's always gospel. It's in one of the rooms. Well, in the basement, because I listen to both, right? I'm Black American. It's always Chandler Moore. And when I got here, I trust in the Lord. And I'm gonna tell y'all this quick story, y'all. I'm gonna get started. So I'm walking around the house, y'all, and I'm fully. He has several songs on YouTube that are really encouraging. Yes, I listen to all of them. That's what I'm about to say. Let me tell you the story. So once I hear this song, I'm one of them people where when I hear a song, it touches my heart. Guess what? We running it down. Yeah. Whoever the artist is, don't worry. I'm about to help you get paid. If your song touched my spirit and you sung up her and you talked to you opened up the heavens with your voice, don't even worry. You about to get coins off of me alone. Because the amount of times I'm about to stream your song, don't even worry. And I stream on YouTube and in iTunes so that they can get the plays on iTunes. Okay. So understand when I tell you when I like a song, I like a song. Meaning if you in the car with me, you might think we about to listen to a playlist and it's only one song on the playlist. One. So you might listen to this over and over and over and over. So I'm walking around the house and I'm singing and I'm praising the Lord. And I go outside on the porch. And I mean, I'm going in. And my sister says, "What are you doing?" I said, "Praise and worship." She said, "Sister, that song is encouraging. So encouraging songs are praise. Songs that directly go to God or worship." And I said, "What?" She said, "Sister, certain songs are actually encouraging songs, so that's praise. That's like praising God to encourage others." She said, "But then you have worship, and worship is where we bow down and pour out and we praise directly up to God." So some songs, some gospel songs, thank you so much, CEO. Some songs you praise out, you praise out, right? I'm encouraging you. I saw the Lord, he heard and he answered. I'm encouraging you. But if I'm saying, "Oh Father, oh Heavenly Father, how you've come, how you've done, I'm so grateful for who you are. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Hallelujah." Those are worship up. I'm going up. You following me? So there's praise out and then worship up. So I'm learning this, right? It's my PPP one song, praise, prayer, and pain plan. Oh wow. It's my PPP one song, praise, prayer, and paint. Paint, paint party. So it will be praise, prayer parties, right? Paint, praise parties. Yes. Have you already started hosting them? Because I know you in Atlanta. So let's shout you out, you guys. Please pick up Heart and Soul. It's my sister in Christ, my friend, a fellow business partner. I'm not business partner, but a fellow big like a fellow entrepreneur. I know her. Her products are good. Trust her. All of the above. We won't let that. In North Carolina. Why? Guess why I say Atlanta? Because the other Curl is in Georgia. Curl's in that. Curl is in North Carolina. North Carolina. Please pick her up, you guys, this evening. She is an entrepreneur. She is a business owner. She on her profile, on her bio. So please pick her up. You guys know I have no problem shouting out businesses. When you're in my space, you rock with me, I'll rock with you. You don't gotta do nothing for me to do that. Word of mouth has been free since we've been on this earth, y'all. It's been free since we've been on this earth, babies. Free, 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 free. When she followed me, I follow her back and I checked her out, which is what I do with most people anyway. Why I keep telling you I'm a little bit different over here. You don't gotta come over and work hard. You don't gotta tab. We ain't gonna battle. We gonna talk about a whole lot of God, giggle, laugh, love one another, lift each other up, and go on about our way. And then they have all the other platforms where you can go battle and do all that high energy screaming. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. And you know what I want you to do for me? And you don't gotta give me no crazy gifts. What I would rather you do is invest in you. You don't gotta give me no gifts. I understand that hitting the like button is how I stay on your FYP and how I stay in the algorithm, and that's okay. What I'm saying is don't give me no gifts. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. When you think to give me a gift, I want you to think of what you can do with those few dollars related to your health and wellness, to your self-care. I want you to think about what you could do for that, and then I want you to save it all up and go do it. That's what I want. From my heart to yours. So you don't have to validate me by giving me your money. You can just validate me by being here. If I see one number, just the number one on my live, then I know I'm on purpose. I don't need thousands. One is okay with me. Because I don't know if y'all realize it or not, but it only took one. I'm excited, Carol. We restart next week. It only takes one. Yeah, takes one. Yeah, just takes one. So we just, in one at a time. You know, I've always believed that you can help one person in a family. Check this out. This is deep. You can bless one person, give them a revelation, help them come to self-actualization, help them see who they are and whose they are. And did you know that you create a domino effect for them to possibly change and break generational curses all by you just talking to that one person? You can break the curses of 10, 20, 30 people. Hey, so just one. Just one. Just one. Okay, so just one. I want to hear this song. I'm going to play this song. This fell in my spirit. This just fell in my spirit. This music is for entertainment purposes only, so they don't block us on Facebook and Instagram, you guys. It's in my spirit. Okay, so we're on day 208. We made it to 208. And many of you have been coming consistently, so I want to take a moment again and thank you. I always want to stop and thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Miss Carol, our cooking is going to change to Thursdays until I'm done traveling. My sister leads prayer on Tuesdays. So no matter what time I pick, because we pray 3 times a day, it's always going to bump right up to her praying. And what happens is you can hear them praying in the background, and it's real loud because we have a ministry that we are a part of. And so every time I try to do the live and she's running prayer, you guys, I have to talk really loud. I'm not talking loud because y'all can't hear me. I'm talking loud because if I don't, y'all gonna be here like 118 people, or sometimes it's like 85 or 100 of them praying really, really loud in tongues. So I'm trying to pick the day. So my sister said Thursday, so we're gonna go with Thursday because she doesn't lead on Thursday. She leads on Tuesday. So, and just so you guys know, I just wanted you guys to know that. And I also dropped it in one of the chats that we would go to Thursdays instead of Tuesdays because we kept bumping and I was having to rush and only able to do 45 minutes on Tuesdays. And we really try to do it for 1 hour so that you can see the recipe, the 30-minute recipe from start to finish. And then we're able to give a few tips and answer questions at the end. Okay, so Thursdays will be what we will do. Okay. And we just came off of our 4th of July weekend, 4th of July holiday break. My company did. So we're all back in the office, all of us, starting on Monday. No one's traveling. We cook on Thursdays, always at 4:30 Arizona time because I'm actually Arizona based, but it's 7:30 East Coast time. So it's in the evening on Thursday evenings, and it's usually on this live here. I did get an email saying that there was actually a glitch with my other big page. So maybe they'll restore the live there. But until then, we will always be here. This Thursday, next Thursday. I have some intakes this on a Thursday, and I don't want to tell you wrong. I'll tell you. So we have this Thursday. This Thursday, but it's not actually cooking this Thursday. It's actually the prep, a meal prep, like intro to meal prep, where I walk you through just kind of doing the class. I talk about meal prepping, how to make sure you're not overcooking the food so that it's actually still appetizing when you go to eat the leftovers. A lot of people aren't a big fan of those, and how to kind of make the meals fresh. I gave a quick demo yesterday in the live. I talked to you a little bit about how to avoid some of the issues that people get turned off from cooking, meal prepping and cooking. And then the other thing, some people actually don't really know how to meal prep. They either don't cook enough food or don't cook enough variety of the items that are required for fueling the body. So what I wanted to do, and I usually do this at the beginning of any cooking series, which is first educate on what meal prepping is, what it looks like, and how to make it work for you. It'll look different for most people. Some people will pick a day, a Sunday, and they'll cook their stuff for the week. Some people will pick a day in the middle of the week and they'll cook 3 days, then 3 days. So everyone is kind of different because certain people have certain feelings about certain things, right? So if you're someone who won't eat something that's been in the refrigerator longer than 2 or 3 days, that means your meal prepping can only be for 72 hours. So what you do on the 48th hour is you figure out what your next 72-hour meal prep will consist of. Meaning, go ahead and wrap your mind around, okay, on Wednesday after dinner before I head to bed, I'm going to go ahead and put something in the pressure cooker or put something in the crock pot or put something on the air fryer or the grill. The ninjas and stuff, so that I can have another meat ready and some sauteed vegetables or something. Right? Sometimes I open up my Ninja. I need to go raw for a week or two. Oh, Carl, you can. Yeah, nothing's wrong with going raw at any time, you guys, and nothing's really wrong with intermittent fasting and stuff, right? Remember, we do all of that over here, but I educate you guys. A lot of the problem is many of you, you're only researching how to go raw. You're not researching what they call refeed. You got to refeed properly. Many of you lack the information you need to refeed. Refeeding is actually very important in any form of um, where you restrict or remove or fast the body for an extended period of time, or remove things where the biliary tract system can lay down or relax. Welcome in, TR. Thank you for being here, sweetie. Anytime you do that, you have to retrain the body to hold that heavy food again. Y'all hear me? So like I'll give you an example. A good one would be the watermelon diet. It's very effective. And basically people don't realize that you're just detoxing from processed foods, foods treated with multitude of chemicals. You can't necessarily you're fasting from sugar. You're fasting from artificial sugar, but you're not fasting from sugar because watermelon does have sugar in it, right? It does have sweetness in it, right? So you're not, so people say, oh, I'm fasting from carbs and sugar. I'm on a watermelon diet. Honey, watermelon has sugar in it. It's not sugarless. What are you talking about? So what you're doing in that moment is you're actually removing all processed, unnatural products and items from your system so that your system can start over, go in, remove the gunk, and rebuild itself internally. A lot of us are trying to do these things externally and not do the internal work. Many of us are working and living and breathing forever toxins, and that's predominantly some of our issue. But because we won't, wrap our mind around the reality or concept that people need to cleanse. People need to detox your body. You need to. Those colon cleanses that you see on social media, they're not all made up. That's actually the insides of many of us. Yeah, that's actually the insides of many of us. Years and years and years of being exposed to high levels of constant toxicity. You must educate yourself. You must inform yourself on the importance of deep detoxing at a cellular level. And I'm not talking about apple cider vinegar because I'm talking about nutritionally cleansing, which is different from someone taking a laxative or drinking apple cider vinegar. That's not what I'm talking about. That's cleaning of the biliary tract. I'm talking about detox, removal of the toxins from your tongue, your mouth, your skin, your organs, your internal body, all of that broken down and excreted into urine when done nutritionally. Why? Why do we need to do that? Because even the taking of antibiotics causes additional symptoms and damage to our body. The very things we use to heal, some of them hurt when it comes to actual, I like to say, let's just say modern medicine, because sometimes I'll say synthetic because people are making it. It's not coming like growing out of the ground. Anytime we take something, we're taking a chance at putting, it's not just eating. Some of us think, oh, I eat clean, but what medicines are you putting in your body? What alcohols are you drinking? What sodas are you drinking? You understand? So it's not just what are you eating, it's also what types of makeup are you wearing? What types of hair product are you wearing? We don't even realize that all these things play into the functioning of the body. Then add on emotional eating, stress eating, lack of eating, restriction. Then you add all of that to these bodies that are already basically thriving full of toxins. And we feel like blah. We feel like blah. You know how sometimes your mind be all right, but your body, it feels heavy and sluggish and worn down. But your mind is good, but only if your body could follow. But only if your body could follow. Right? I've been there. I know what that feels like. And every now and then, I feel it now. Hi, Loretta. Every now and then, I feel it now, y'all. Every now and then, my body, when I haven't detoxed in a while or like did a deep cleanse, the first thing I notice is my tongue is thick. It's white. So that's the first thing, right? After I use my tongue scraper, it'll still have like these white things. That's the first way I know. The second way I know is when I go to lotion my skin and pull back, my skin will look like gray, like white looking. Remember, I do have a condition that I live with. So remember, my story's a little bit different. So remember, I'm kind of battling, a little bit of life and death. I have been given an internal prognosis for my condition some years ago, but we're still here. So there's certain experiences that I'll share with you that are actually related to this condition that I have a port. That's what you feel me adjusting. There's a button or something that's keeping this part to this right here has like something under it. This outfit's brand new. It's rubbing on my port, and it could be these rhinestones where they were attached, but it's actually rubbing on my port. It's a little sensitive that it's made it tender. So this is what you see me keep checking. It's not comfortable today. It's not very comfortable. Loretta, thank you. Hi, Abibi. Is that how I say it? So I'll see the skin will be looking funny, the breath will smell funny. Sometimes my urine will be like dark, and so immediately I'm like, okay, because I get things like issues, in my I have like protein will show up in my urine or blood from because I have a bleeding disorder. So I have to start checking. And then I say, oh, when was the last time I really sat down and focused in on what I was putting in my mouth and body? Demographic environmental stress is also a factor. It will stifle your physical and mental growth. And that's the one that's the most not talked about, TR. That's why we talk about it here. Because nobody talks about the fact that your environment can actually make you stay overweight. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about, yes, it's an inside job, but yes, it's an outside job. How many people will agree? Hit the like button. I'm going to ask for the like button on this. How many people will agree? Thank you guys so much for the love. How many people will agree that your environment can actually lead to obesity? I believe that. I believe it in my core. Not only do I believe it in my core, I'm probably going to go to my grave talking about generational, cultural, and emotion and environmental obesity. Because I believe those are the three components that allow me not only to eat my way to 600 pounds, but almost eat my way into my grave to where I was given 30 days to live. Because not only was I struggling, but my environment was not conducive of healthy living. It wasn't conducive. It wasn't a space where people could get healthy, and it didn't matter if it was me or someone else. It's just not what the space could do. So I couldn't just change me. I had to then change my environment. And then I realized that after I looked at my environment, I realized, wait a minute, now I got to look at my culture because my mother had taught me some things and I had lived on those things. And those very reasons are the reasons why I was able to justify overeating fast foods and fried foods. I connected my identity and my culture to fried chicken, collard greens, macaroni and cheese, and sweet potatoes. So if you told me I couldn't eat those things, you were telling me I couldn't have my identity and you weren't going to tell me what to eat. See, some of us don't realize that our only real power and superpower is being able to control what we put in our mouths. So even if we done got both legs cut off, both eyeballs are gone, and we got diabetes, if we want that cookie, we gonna eat it. Why? Because we have this ideology that people ain't gonna tell me what to do with me. This is true. This is true. Right? Right? I remember I was getting pricked and they was like, oh, you can't have that. So what I did was I went to get the sugar free. But the problem was I was drinking 8 bottles of the sugar free. I might as well get the real one. By the time I drank the calories, artificial flavoring, and fake sugar in the sugar free item, I might as well have drank the actual daggone sugar. Because if I drink a whole case of Coke Zero, it's not Coke Zero no more. It's Coke 24 because you drunk 24 of them, boo. But this is the diabolical thinking that we place to justify the addictive nature in which we continue to engage in the soothing, the taste aversions, the chewing, and all of that. We justify it by the facts and it ain't got no sugar, so I can have a whole case. Oh, well, it's Diet Coke. But I gotta have my Diet Coke. I gotta have my Diet Coke as soon as I wake up. I gotta have a Diet Coke all day. Not thinking of all the other ingredients in the Diet Coke. You so worried about the sugar, you forgot about what carbonation can do to you. Quite a lot of carbonation. That pop has dye in it. Look up what dyes do to the body, what type of toxins that is. We so worried about the fat that we forget about all the other stuff people are making stuff with. I'm just saying, me too. It's us. We talking about us. I ain't talking about you. You don't hear me saying you. I'm saying us, me, you, me, you, me. I'm saying us. Because I ate the same things. I had the same mentality. Like, I'm the same person that will go to the doctor tell me we'll lose weight. I will leave the doctor, go through the drive-through, work on absolutely zero weight loss, and then go back in that man's office 30 days later and cry about how I cannot lose the weight. I have not tried, sir. But that's not what I told him. I would tell him I'm trying as hard as I can. But what I really did was I realized I had a doctor's appointment on Monday and it was Friday. So from Friday to Monday, I watched how I ate so that I could tell him I had watched how I ate. Y'all know some of y'all do this right now. See, when you a real food addict, a real eating disorder, and got real food issues, you know all the dirty little secrets that none of y'all want to talk about on social media. Y'all want to talk about y'all pants driving and how y'all had all these revelations, but y'all won't talk about the sneaky stuff y'all been doing to even got us where we are. But see, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm putting it out there because when you talk about things that from secrets, you expose it and you put it to shame. Yeah, you expose it to put it to shame. So what I would do is the doctor would tell me, "Oh, eat better," right? That's 30 days. So all the way up to day 28, I'm eating what I want to. But on day 28, I'm gonna get my life right because I'm gonna see him on day 30, right? So for 2 days, I've been getting my life right. When I go to the doctor and get on the scale, I'm gonna tell him I don't understand why the scale didn't change because I've been eating good. Now, you and I both know I only been eating good for 2 days. But see, the diabolical disconnection in my brain to my body and the lies that I continue to live on is why I can go in there and look at man in his face and tell him I've been doing better when I know I haven't. But the shame and guilt and the abuse that I may endure if I tell him my truth is worse than me staying consistent for 2 days and telling him I done it. Can anybody tap for that? Does anybody understand that? Is that anybody's story? I know sometimes it's only my story. I realize some of y'all cannot relate. Some of y'all have never been as big as I have. Some of y'all just watching me because you can't relate to nothing I'm talking about. And I understand that. You see, some of you here and you ain't even my audience because you can't relate to me. I'm too deep for you. I'm too down there. I got too much insight for you to relate. And I understand that. I had someone tell me I can't relate to nothing you said. I said, that's okay. I said, that's okay. I get that. I get that. I said, I get that. I said, many people can't relate to what I'm talking about because I don't got no fluff for you. I don't got no magical show for you. I'm going to give it to you raw, dirty, and real, and you're going to sit on it. And if you don't like it, you're going to run from it. Because, see, I was on my deathbed. See, I'm not playing weight loss. I know a lot of people are. They're playing it, right? They're playing weight loss. It's for a moment, a fad, or an incident. That's not me. I've been at this for 10 years. Yeah. It's new to you. It's true to me. New to you, true to me. New to you, all of y'all platforms, but true to me. And what I mean by that is I didn't just wake up. No offense. I didn't just wake up, go and get an injection, drop 80 pounds, make a platform, tell you to follow me, go get a discount code and go get you too. That's not what I did. Not knocking those who do. I have plenty of clients who do that, exactly that, and I support them through that. What I'm explaining to you is I had to go raw. I just showed you that I have a condition, which means I'm not eligible for any form of surgery. This is where y'all got to learn how to think. I just saw your comment on YouTube. That's so weird. Yes, that's a real port. What do you mean? Is that a fake port? Baby, listen, why don't you pray and God will reveal it to you if it's real or not? Never, I digress. So some of the things that I'm speaking on are actual stories, my story and the stories of hundreds of and the stories of trucking to the bank high bull and the stories of hundreds of women. So sometimes what I'm talking about be real, real deep. Because remember, I'm not just hearing my story and living my story, but I'm talking to hundreds and hundreds, hi Miss B, and hundreds of women. Thank you so much, Nate, who've experienced the same thing. And so what I like to give people do is the mindset. You don't owe me nothing. You don't gotta buy nothing here. I want you to understand that you can grow your mind and maintain your waistline. You're not yo-yoing because your diet doesn't work. You're yo-yoing because your brain, you haven't connected your brain and made it work. You can only habitually counter-transference behavior so long before you have to rotate back and deal with the brain, the mind, the aversion, the chewing, the addictive nature, the obsessive compulsive, the food noise. How long did it take? 18 months. 479 pounds in 18 months. 468 pounds in 18 months, excuse me. 468 in 18 months. And over the last six years or so, I've dwindled down several more pounds, totaling, maxing out at 479 total. Thank you so much, Chuck Into the Bank. Mindset behavior modification. is the first thing we did, which is a form. You use therapeutic techniques to help deal with the mental health part of food. A 3-2-1 meal plan, which is food from the store, one to two protein shakes a day. We follow that concept. We eat anywhere from 2,500 to 3,000 calories a day. We don't diet. We move our body 3 to 4 times a week for 10 minutes using my viral resistance bands, vibration plate, and my detox tea that I've been drinking for 10 years to help me sustain these results. Yes, we physically work out. I'm sorry, I missed your comment. I dropped 85 pounds, 285 to 195 in less than a year, about 8 months ago. So I know, yep, the mental. Nobody wants to talk about. Everybody want to keep telling y'all to run to the gym. Don't nobody want to tell y'all that you can actually fall into a slump of depression on the weight loss journey. That's why we gotta start educating each other. We gotta stop hiding that it's a real emotional struggle. We gotta talk about it. So, what I was gonna do was gonna do something different. I have on shorts under here. We wear shorts under our stuff. You know how you keep seeing those women that have lost weight and they have all that meat hanging right here? I just need you to see that I don't. I just need you to see that I don't. You saw the woman that lost the 300 pounds? Her skin is down to her knees. I just need you to see this is not drop. This is it. I just need you to see that I don't. All I'm doing is trying to show you a point, to prove a point. That method of how you pursue your goal does change how much skin you have. I keep hearing y'all content creators saying there's no possible way for you not to have hundreds and hundreds of pounds of skin. And that's a lie from the pit of hell. There is ways. You can't starve and have microwave dieting. That's the way you don't have all that skin. That's the way you don't have all that skin. You cannot starve the body. When you starve the body, you lose muscle tenacity and elasticity in your muscles. So why you're sagging so much is because you've actually lost the viscosity in there. You got to get that back by working it in there. So when we starve the body, the starvation doesn't skip around. It doesn't just say, oh, let me only starve the fat. No, it starves everything. So as a result, that's why you see the faces of people drop down like this, and they got the big sagging meat in the front. It's all because the body's been actually starved so fast. And I hate to tell you this, but the body's malnourished. This is what it looks like when you fuel the body with nourishment for weight loss. And unfortunately, some of our gastric bypass patients, when you see their skin, that's what it looks like when you lose weight from starving the body and you begin to have issues with malabsorption. So what happens is, one of the things I was telling one of my clients I had last week, we were talking about, she has issues with her stomach. She has a disorder in her stomach. And so I was educating her on how to treat it. And this is what I said. I said, I want you to think about a concept. I said, if the metabolism works and communicates with us and tells us when to eat, and then goes to work to break it down. How do I eat? I eat 2 shakes a day, 3 snacks a day, and 1 to 2 fork and knife meals a day. I typically have about 3,000 calories a day. I usually have anywhere from 3 to 4 snacks in the morning when I wake up. I wake up at 3 a.m. I break my fast by 8 because I've already been up by 5 hours by 8 a.m. You guys' time. I break my fast between 8 and 10, and I break it by drinking detox tea. I drink my detox tea, and then I always do 100 squats, 100 arm raises, and presses because I use my bands. They're very convenient, so that way I know that I get it done. How do you change your mindset to stop cravings? Alexandria, cravings, it depends on where the craving is being rooted from, because cravings can be triggered by external or internally. So it depends on what your cues are, what your craving cues are. Some of us have craving cues that can be, hold on, let me see. The word diet just means a practice and routine. Change how you look at it. Look at the word diet. Amen. So back to the cravings. So it depends on what your cue is. Some people their cravings are driven by their anxiousness or boredom, whereas some people only have a large number of cravings related to sometimes memories, increased stress from work or children, or situational stressors make them have heightened cravings. So when you learn your cue for craving first, then you have to learn if you are addicted to chewing and the sound or chewing and the taste. because each one is addressed different. Remember, I'm a behaviorist. This is what I'm trained in. This is what I used to do for a living. So if you have questions about what I'm saying, you just got to ask me. So once you discover what your trigger is it the crunch? Is it the sound and the taste? What gives you that feeling? Is it when you lay it on your tongue? Because depending on when you're satisfied or satiated, as we say, that's when we begin to learn what your core satiation trigger is. What cuts that on, and then what do you have to do to cut it off, right? If I'm feeling really overwhelmed, what cuts mine on is not what knowing what to do next. I'm thinking, okay, let me get a snack then. That's what I'll do. And I've had to stop that because I've never heard it put that way. Oh yeah, it's actually chewing and food disorders and this stuff is all like real. It's just in the mental health space because many of us are only running to doctors and not to therapists and psychiatrists to get help. That's why we don't know about it. Because this is not medical stuff. What I'm speaking on is literally behavioral health and mental health terms, techniques, services, and treatments. Because that's what I used to do, right? And so what happens is if I go to the hardware store sells tools. If I go to the hardware store to buy bread and milk, they do not sell bread and milk, and if they do, don't buy it from there because it's probably been in there forever. Okay. So because Ace Hardware does not sell bread and milk, I'm not going to go to Ace Hardware to try to buy bread and milk. I'm going to go to the grocery store where they have groceries to buy bread and milk. Are you following me? If I'm noticing that I have an addiction to chewing, a taste aversion, obsessive compulsive cravings, I'm not going to run to my doctor. He doesn't work on my brain. He works on my body. It's not my PCOS making me crave that. That's up here. I need somebody to sit with me and talk to me about it. So if I run to the doctor to be my mechanic, then of course my car ain't gonna get fixed. But if I go to the mechanic to fix my car, then my car might get fixed at the mechanic. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we're taking our problem and our issue to the wrong audience. So our audience is giving a suggestion based only on their level of knowledge. And if my knowledge on what you're saying is limited, so is the advice that I give you. And if you're not intriguing enough, or I'm not concerned enough, or I'm not advocating enough for you, I'm not going to go do the research needed or necessary to enhance my knowledge so that I can better serve you. That's not what medicine is. It's cookie cutter. Well, my last 15 patients, this is what I did. This is what you get. It's like being in line in prison. Everybody gets one drop of the slop. Even GLP-1 reduces, but doesn't. No, it doesn't. Alexandria, you're the first person to know you're not, because 3 of my clients told me that. You are the first person in one of my lives that is telling the truth. The GLP-1 does not 100% remove your food noise, cravings, or obsessive compulsive thinking because it's in your brain. You're not taking a medication that balances out the chemical imbalance, you guys. You're taking something that's only working on your breakdown in the pancreatic system in the body to help you lose weight, suppress the appetite. It's suppressing the appetite here and sending a message to your brain. It's not the other way around. Look it up. Do your research. But why I say this because many people believe that the GLP-1 is going to cure them of the emotional part of their journey, and it's going to suppress it. But you have to get help to cure it. If you're anywhere close to where I was in weight, and what I'm about to say next, I'm going to say with the heaviest heart, and it is not to harm anyone. And I pray the people that are in this live that need to hear what I'm about to say next, you've been waiting for somebody to say this to you. If you had surgery, if you're on GLP-1, and if you've been constantly back and forth with your weight your whole life, from my heart to yours, go see somebody and talk about just your weight stuff. And this is why I'm telling you that. Oh, it says some of your recent viewers have enjoyed your fan clubs. You can try setting Heart Me as your live goal and welcome. What is that? Oh, that's that thing the girls drop. Okay, it wants me to set that as a live goal, but why? How can I focus when I can't focus, y'all, when I gotta do all this. I don't like it. They're prompting me. Who even does this? In the middle of my life, why? I have to push a button? What is up with TikTok? It's literally making me put a live goal up here. Okay, I guess. I've never seen it do that. Is that new, TR? TR, it just made me set a gift thing. It's never made me do that. I don't want that. Oh, it's not new. I just haven't been. That's probably I got blocked on the other page. I just probably been hitting the X and not. Well, yeah, I'm not a good content creator. That's why I'm not. I'm a motivational speaker, best-selling author, and professional counselor. And that's what you're getting right here. So I ain't no content creator, so I suck at it. So just accept it and keep coming back. Shoot. Hey. Oh, it's the ratio on my life. Oh my goodness. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to be better at it, but I can't promise. Okay, let's get to our reading. That just threw me all off. It is written. Okay, wait a minute. Let me get my mood right. Let me get my attitude too right. Okay. It is written, but rise and stand on your feet, for I have appeared to you for this purpose, to make you a minister and a witness both of things which you have seen and of the things which I will yet reveal to you. I will deliver you from the Jewish people as well as from the Gentiles, to whom I now send you, to open their eyes in order to turn from the darkness to light, and from the power of Satan to God, that they may receive forgiveness of sins and inheritance among those who are sanctified by faith in me. Acts 26:16 and 18. Okay. It says principle. Here's our principle for today. Defending your faith in God before people is confronting your fears. True. We stand on that, right? We all agree on that. Thank you, Elizabeth. I appreciate you. Watermelon. Unfairly. I didn't get you. I didn't hear your question, baby. Stephanie, hi, mamas. I am Stephanie. I calm down. I'm not gonna let him get me. I'm fairly banned. I don't know what you're asking, love. I just see words. I'm not sure what you're asking, but as I always say, I mean, I'm not understanding the like KFC comment and stuff. But if like your goal was like to like be mean or rude or something, it's okay. You can say whatever you want to. People are allowed to say what they want to say. We don't judge her. You can say whatever you want to. Just don't be upset if no one cares enough to read it. Okay. Principle. Prayer. Open my eyes, O Lord, to turn from darkness to light in Jesus' name. I receive grace to partake in the inheritance of righteousness in Jesus' name. I'm read again. Open my eyes, O Lord, to turn from darkness to light in Jesus' name. And I receive grace to partake in the inheritance of righteousness in Jesus' name. So this is our face our fear. So today's face our fear. That was principle. Defending your faith in God before people is confronting your fear. So simply, I'm gonna show you TR. I'll go back to it. Unfairly banned. First they said KFC, and then they said watermelon. And so I was saying, I'm not really sure because I thought they had a question. So I said, well, you have a question. So all I was saying, I'm not sure if you're trying to be funny or make like representation to my weight loss journey, but whatever it is, you have a right to your opinion, but no one cares if you're trying to be rude or disrespectful. Because when you guys come in lives like that, it doesn't hurt me, but you need to remember that the women in my room are still on a weight loss journey. Okay. They're still on a weight loss journey. Okay. So I need you, if you want to be here, I don't care what you say to me, but when you say it, you're sending in the comments, and my babies are in the comments, and they're on a weight loss journey, and there's some of them are just starting. So they still may be eating KFC. They still may be at 300 pounds. And what you not going to come up in here do, because you think it's funny, is to try to make fun of me. It's not going to offend me. Remember, I've already lost 479 pounds, baby. You can't touch that. God did that. But what happens is your comments offend the people in my space. And you're not going to do that. I'm going to stand for them and me, okay? So it's okay, love. Have your opinion. Some people are fat phobic, just like some people are ugly, right? People who are heavy, they may lose weight. People who are ugly, you must die that way. Shame on you. So please, here, we rise smooth. Okay? Please be respectful to the people in my spaces on all 7 of these platforms. That's all I'm asking. You don't owe me no likes. You don't owe me no gifts. I'm not even asking for nothing. I'm just asking that we join together and enjoy the energy. Okay? Okay? All right. So that was our daily, that was the David Komalafi. So we left off saying, I received grace to partake in the inheritance of the righteousness in Jesus' name. We agree. We agree, right? And so remember, the principle was defending your faith of God is confronting fear. Because what did we learn? We learned that some of us are actually living micro forms of fear. We learned that many of us are afraid to move forward and afraid to undo. Hey, what I'm saying is, how many of you are on a weight loss journey and you scared to gain your weight back? Think about it. Think about how sneaky fear is. Fear will have you out here going to the gym 5 days a week, stuck on a plateau because you scared. Slow down. Relax. This is the advice I give my ladies. Where are you going fast? Huh? Slow down. Where are you going fast? Slow down. Why? Why slow down? Because what happens is when you're rushing, especially on weightness and wellness journeys, this is how you get caught up. Because you'll be doing everything in a state of anxiousness. So the minute the scale don't move, the minute something don't happen like you think it should in this diabolical mini Jesus frame that you came up with, how your journey's gonna be your journey and ain't nobody gonna mess with your journey. And then you wake up on Tuesday, you started your journey on Monday, you wake up on Tuesday and you just happen to, God forbid, maybe somebody passed away. That's why we go slow. Because see, we predict for the circumstances, the lows and the highs of the life that we're living, because we don't just focus on our health and wellness. We focus on living a better way of life. Because we're focusing on living a better way of life, we're not running to a goal line. We're pursuing a consistent ebb and flow. It's a consistent groove. We ain't got a bump on the road no more. We can just ride. And that's the goal. Hi, Mocha. Hi, Baltimore Outsider. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad you're here. It takes a minute, a year for braces to correct your teeth. What make you think? Right there. Right there. Yes, consistency is so important. Kimberly, what you said. Listen, didn't I just tell y'all a story? The doctor would tell me to go home. He would weigh me, tell me to go home and lose weight. Okay? On day 28, because my appointments are every 30 days, I would eat good for 2 days. And when I went to the doctor, because I've been eating good for 2 days, he asked me, have I been following the plan? Of course I have for 2 days. But I'm not going to say 2 days. I'm just going to tell him I'm following the plan. So when I get on the scale and the scale hasn't moved, when I begin to cry because the scale hasn't moved, I'm really crying because I done snake and ate. But he doesn't know that. He thinks I'm crying because of the scale. He doesn't know I'm crying because I never even tried. Because I couldn't. Because I didn't know how. Because see, he told me to go eat better. He didn't tell me how to go eat better. He told me to stop eating. He didn't tell me how to stop eating. See, when I was in that doctor's office, if he could have asked me, well, are you struggling with any depression or anxiety? I could have said yes. If he said, well, how's your social living? I could have told him I was getting beat every day, but he didn't ask. When he asked me certain things, I could have answered them, and then he could have understood that what I was doing was emotionally eating, and that there was nothing he could do with me with a sheet of paper when I was emotionally overeating. But he didn't ask me the right questions. Yeah. He didn't ask me the right questions. He simply gave me a sheet of paper, a name to a nutritionist, or told me to watch my caloric intake and he'll see me in 30 days. And gave me a prescription for metformin. You see, but what I didn't understand was because I started the session with a lie. See, I'm blaming it on him, and I don't even realize because I ain't walking straight up, because I ain't doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm the reason why my referrals and my recommendations are what they are, because I'm not giving that man all the information, and I'm definitely not giving him the truth. I'm giving him a jaded version of what I'm living like outside of our visit in the office, because if I tell him what I'm really living like, he probably can't help me anyway. I ain't talking to nobody today. Can't nobody relate to my experiences. I understand. I know my experiences are dramatic. Now, thank you so much for joining my team. Thank you for the heart me. I realize my story dramatic, y'all, because everybody ain't ate themselves to death now. This is like a phenomenon here I'm over here doing. Now, everybody ain't ate themselves to oblivion. I did, though. That's why I can talk to you to the depths ones. I know about getting stuck in stalls and stuck in spaces and everything. I can talk about it. Did you know when you get so big, you can barely wipe your butt? So you have to learn how to roll off the toilet seat to get back there because you can't. And in some cases, if you get so big, you got to get in the shower and try to wash your butt. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? Yep, we cute. But did you know we're struggling to wipe ourselves? Yep, I said it, ladies. Because if we tell them and educate them more about it, they will realize that it's a disease, right? Because no one comes on nobody's life that has cancer and does them the way women and men who are on these lives overweight. Why? They're both diseases. Why? They are both diseases. Let's see. Blessings to you and love us. Shay, hi, Precious. How are you, mamas? Hi, Brave Minda. Thank you so much, Precious. And same to you, Baltimore Outsider. I'm 220 now. I want to get down to 80, 100. And Baltimore Outsider. Simple trick. I want you to start with this. Easy. I want you to get up in the morning. I want you to drink a cup of hot water when you first wake up in the morning. Okay? Simple. This is going to start and set your foundation. You're going to get up. You ain't sleeping in no more. You're going to get up early. You're going to say your prayers, drink your hot water, and then you're going to make your detox tea. You can grab my free 7-day meal plan and get the detox tea, mint, ginger, lemon, honey. That's the store version. If you want the isogenics version, you simply add Cleanse for Life, Ionic Supreme, and the mint, ginger, lemon, honey. Okay? Hot. Drink it warm. Eat your food hot. Even your salad, let it get to room temperature. Why, Coach? Because the body does better when food is warm. It makes it less, it's less work for the body to build up the enzymes and acidic levels they need to break down and absorb the food. If the food is hot and warm in there, it's already going to get to working and going. But when food is cold, it has to build up to this state of kind of, it's a name for what happens when you eat and it builds up in your abdominal before it goes into the biliary. There's a name for the acidic level that's released. It's not acid though. It's like enzymes and stuff that break down the food. There's names for these. I'm not thinking of them right now. I can get them for you though. Y'all know I can. When the food is breaking down. So before we go to dump into the biliary tract, okay, the food sits in there a little bit and does its thing for a few minutes, depending on what your procedures are, if you had no surgery, right? And then before it dips into the biliary tract to become waste, we want to have absorbed up to 90% of the nutrition of whatever we're eating. Yes, I am. Yes, Deborah. Yes, Deborah. That is correct. I'm gonna tell you one. I'll give you the recipe. Remember, I don't mind. I'm not like that. So yes, right here. Give me a second. A leaf of a mint, fresh leaf. If you're new at this recipe, it needs to be this exact recipe because of what's in these ingredients. It's what's in the actual real mint leaf because you're chopping it up and you're actually drinking the mint leaves chopped up. It's a reason for it. Look up the health benefits of chewing mint. Okay, mint, one leaf. How about, I like smoothies. We are a shake and smoothie making team. Actually, in all of my meal plans, I usually try to put anywhere from 50 to 70 different shake and smoothie bowl recipes for my girls to go to. Because smoothies are your best way to get your high value nutrition and to match the absorption rate of many of our bodies. Based on your race, and your not your demographics, based on your race, really, your absorption rate. Everybody's is different. Everybody's isn't the same. That's why your friend can do one system and they can have a lot of success, and you do that same system and you have very little success. That's because y'all's bodies don't start off the same, right? Even though we all have similar things in. Now, some people don't have gallbladder, some people do. That's why I said that. All of our bodies aren't doing it the same way, and that's because of the extenuating factors or circumstances each individual person has. So you're doing a leaf of a mint. So one leaf of a mint. Did you say for our race? Yes. So for brown skin, it's just also studies that's been done at multiple universities. So several of them in UK did studies as well. So it is said that the pigment of our skin also affects the chemicals in our brain, which is true if you do your research, and it also affects the way we metabolize and break down the things that we eat. It also affects how we absorb medication because medications are typically studied on lighter skinned people, not on us. It's very hard to get data that actually matches the population that sometimes typically takes the particular medication they're making. So, although the study may have been studied on, let's say, 100 light skinned people, the medication might actually be to treat, let's say, sickle cell, which is found in, as you know, brown people. Follow me here. Are you getting are you getting what I'm saying? Is anybody catching on? No, I did not have gastric bypass, ma'am. Did y'all catch on? So what happens is it's not. I mean, they probably should start studying us, but they don't. That I don't know what to say. It's true. I'm not new with this information. This information old, so I don't know how to feel like what to say to support it. But it's true, right? So even if look, you don't even gotta go far. You can just leave my live and go on TikTok and type in doctor talking about African Americans and absorption rate and malnourishment, and they can tell you, and they're actually licensed doctors, and they're gonna tell you the same thing I just told you. And I've been saying this. You can go back to my YouTube page in 2016, and I said this very thing in 2016. Because what happened was I was laying in the hospital for 4 years, and I couldn't understand why certain things was not working for me. But yet I was in a hospital, hospitalized, and certain restrictions in me because I was in a hospital, but certain things still were not working until they did a malabsorption test and learned that I wasn't absorbing anything. Anything that I was drinking and eating at the time was literally going from my mouth to my biliary tract in less than 7 minutes. Which means that anything I was taking for medication, any food I was eating, I was never getting any of those things. That is why my blood condition wasn't getting better, because the Eliquis I was taking was found in my stomach whole. WHOLE. So, of course, I was still clotting. I wasn't absorbing the medication. I just set somebody free. That was somebody needed to know that. Somebody been doing some of the same things over and over and they not seeing any difference. Go talk to your doctor about malabsorption. Ask them. There's tests for it. Yep. There's actually a test. You drink some stuff, they put a little camera down in there and they watch it. They have you eat something, drink something, and they watch it move and they time it. They put dye in there and they see exactly what's happening. And that's how I know. That's how I know. That's how they found the little hole in my throat and all that. Right? So all I'm sharing with you today is that power is in the knowledge. Don't, like, some of us we'll go read the entire bill from the president, but we won't go research and look up our own medications, illnesses, diseases, so that we can be better informed when we talk to our doctor. Why? We'll know everything about all the top creators, they kids, where they work at, they mamas and they daddies. We'll watch all their lives, but we won't go sit in a seminar to learn how to naturally fight chronically aggressive diseases in our community that our family is facing. hmm We will. We'll binge watch 17 series of My 600-Pound Life, but none of that equates to you getting up and doing something for your life. Why? And just for the record, my clients always ask me this. They'll tell me how 600-Pound Club is their favorite show, and I tell them it's not anymore. It's a trigger. Do not sit around and romanticize obesity like that. It is not okay. And I'll say this again, and I don't care if Dr. Now and his people hear me. Dr. Now, you've been big, dude, for 20 years. You got to quit degrading people and talking about their weight when you a thickin'. You sneaking and eating or something, because I ain't seen you drop a pound. So quit degrading them people. They're struggling. They need mental health. Get you a psychiatrist on staff and get some medication in some of them people that are suffering from severe depression and anxiety. And I guarantee you, those appointments will be a lot a lot nicer. Because somewhere around the way, you guys got this attitude where you think if you degrade us, dog us, and treat us like pieces on the ground, that'll make us lose weight. No, you're just like everybody else. You're actually driving us straight to the ability to want to take ourselves up out of this place. So every time you think your comment is inspiring me, when you choose to degrade me, your comment is making me second think my existence, my life, my family, and me, because you're telling me that I'm not valuable enough, that I'm worthless. Don't talk to people like that just because they're big, especially when you used to be big. Where you get permission for that? Huh? I look like Kim Fields, my sister. You heard it before. Yes, I have. I have heard it. I look like Kim Fields. Never lied. No BS. Yeah, we gotta stop. How can I help my mom? She has hip she has knee, hip, and back issues, and I think weight loss may help her out. You Calvin, you I do. Okay, for mommy, you can have let's see, where can she start? You just heard my rest of the teacher. So her hips and knees though. Is she already on a weight loss journey? Well, the real question is, do your mom want to lose weight? Because some people don't want to. They don't have a problem with their weight. Everybody big isn't unhappy, you guys. That's true. Everybody overweight isn't unhappy. That's the other thing we got to stop doing. Everybody big isn't broken down and unhappy. There are plenty of big men and women who are happily in love, living their whole life, doing their jam, and they not worried about you. It's just it is, you guys. I'm just trying to give it like kind of like raw. I like all out raw lie. Hey, Instagram, I got a ton of viewers over there. Y'all ain't even see. Y'all, I'm sorry. Hi, pretty lioness. I am Deborah. Elite. Let me get y'all a recipe real quick. A mint leaf. You're gonna take a tablespoon of ginger. One mint leaf, chop it up. Ginger, fresh ginger, shred it. Because you want the ginger slivers, little slivers. Lemon, shred it. You want to shred a little bit of the peel and the juice of the lemon. Shred it. Juice of a lemon, a little bit of peel, shred it real thin. And honey, 3 tablespoons. Raw honey, unfiltered. Has to be raw, unfiltered. Raw, unfiltered, okay? Okay? She's very self-conscious, but she's stuck in herself and she wants to get better. Okay, I always ask that because when sometimes we just need kind of that little push. And it's not even about you people doing my program, you guys. Sometimes just seeing somebody like me give you the opportunity to hear your story back and it be the honest truth without all the bull crap around it and all the foo fa fa's. Just somebody to validate you so you don't know you're not crazy. You know what I'm saying? And so at 8 ounces of water, hot. Well, I say 6 to 8 ounces, but what happens is sometimes people, when they do the ginger and the mint, they do a little bit more so to make it stronger. So that's why I say 6 to 8. 3 tablespoons, heaping tablespoons of honey. Now, my other side trick is this. If you get the Von B tea from Costco, the honey lemon citron Von B tea from Costco, and 1 scoop of Ionic Supreme from Isogenics, and 1 scoop of Cleanse for Life, which is the nutritional cleanse product I was talking about. 1 scoop, just 1 scoop. It lasts 30 days. You can put those in there. You can do the tea by itself, or you can put what we call our magnified tea. You put those 2 other items in it, and that's going to add the ginkgo, the ashwagandha. It's going to add your vitamins, your minerals, and your fruits to those items. Okay. It's tons of comments, so let me get them, y'all. Jeez. Okay. I answered that one, I think. Thank you, Calvin. I appreciate you. She does. Okay, I saw your comment. I have VSG. Oh yes. I work with women who've had surgery reversals, currently taking GLP, are currently working to have surgery. So I actually work with more people who are working to have surgery. So ladies come to me because they need to learn how to eat so that when they get to the food stage of their surgery, they already know how to eat and they've addressed their food addiction and chewing, right? The surgery only modifies your stomach. This is where many of y'all have gotten caught up with these surgery procedures. It doesn't modify your mouth. Unless you sewed your mouth shut, the surgery is just a tool. you still got to put in all the work I'm talking about, all of it. And you have to put in more if you don't want to lose your muscle viscosity. If you don't want to lose all that nutrition in your body, then you have to be smart and consistent. You have to want them vitamins in your body and show up on that meal plan or that eating program you're on like your life depends on it, because it does. I have been working with women in 14 countries for the last 10 years with over 100,000 people for a reason, because people are dropping weight and discovering that something is not right. Thank you so much, Baltimore Outsider. That something isn't right up here. Well, I was already helping people with stuff up there. So then what happened was I got big. I gained 592 pounds and I had to lose it, but I wanted to die first. I wanted to die first. Styles by Megs, I think. Styles by Megs. Megs, send me a message, mama. I have a company, a business, a website. We're all legit. Everything flows. When you message me, my team touches out to you. I call you. You can even go to my website right now, guys, and book a free consultation. You literally can go to my website, book a completely free consultation, get a completely free meal plan, and be started on my program and have not paid me a penny. Why? Because people need help. People need help. It's so many of us. It's thousands, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of untreated, undiagnosed food addicts, eating disorders, and food issues that we need help with. And we need America to hear us so that the insurance companies will pay for us to get what we need so they can stop cutting us open. Half of us never even needed surgery. We needed a psychotherapist. But insurance don't cover that. It covers surgery. Think about that. Because a psychotherapist therapist to work through some of our stuff will give us a permanent fix. But the surgery makes me have to run back to you over and over for checks up and follow throughs and all of that. Make it make sense. So what we want to do is we want to get a system and a situation, and I call it a lifestyle that feels good for good. That feels good for good. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. My nail broke. 3, 2, 1. What does that mean? 3 snacks, 2 shakes, 1 meal, 2,400 calories. That's our day. 10 minutes, we move it. 3, 2, 1. Why? People want to know why. I'll tell you why. Anytime you've done chronic dieting and chronic restricting, especially many of us who've had surgery, we think that starving is the only way to lose weight because we lost weight starving. But however this is the best way, because people say this, however you start something, unfortunately, is how you have to finish it in weight loss. Let me explain. If I go on a caloric restriction and I eat 1,200 calories a day and I drop 100 pounds and I plateau, and I want to break that plateau, I have to go down to 800 calories a day in order to break that plateau. Because my body, you get it? My body has been trained at 1,200. Now it knows 1,200 because it's big muscle. Once my body gets comfortable with 1,200, I might not still lose weight. So what I have to do, because I've chose to restrict my calories, I now have to make a choice and find a way. Either A, I'm going to start running more. I'm gonna do a lot of cardio because I'm gonna try to burn off more calories. Or B, I have to even lessen my calories more. Now, if you've ever tried to only live on 1,000 calories a day, you know it's absolutely desolate. That you spend most of your day running on fake energy, and then when you finally do eat, it's a big old meal and it makes you slow and lethargic. hmm So if I start at 1,200 and I lose 100 pounds, and I say I want to lose, I don't know, 100 more, my body needs now less calories if I want it's to keep burning. Now I got to go down to 800 calories if I want to keep losing that weight like that. Or I have to now increase the amount of times I'm going to the gym. So I might have only been going to the gym 3 days a week, 20 minutes a day. Now I have to go to the gym 5 days a week, an hour a day, because I have to try to overcome my body being familiar with the 1,200. Am I making sense? Tap the like, drop a knot, let me know, give a heart, give a shine, give me something, not a gift, I don't need it, just let me know you got me. How many days are we working out? Style by Megs. I ask my girls to do 3 to 5 days a week, but because I don't ask you to do anything overly strenuous, I ask all my starts to do this. You're in a chair, and the reason why you're starting in a chair is for purpose of the learning proper technique and posture. Because when you are plus size, this is so much information, boy. My moderator is probably about to cut me off and tell me you done gave him enough. When you are plus size, did you know that gravity is fighting you? So there are certain postures and things that you have to do a little bit different because of the girth of the weight. Thank you, Steph. Are we together? Thank you, Jamal. Am I saying it right? Are we together? Follow me now. There are certain things as a plus size body. So this is what happens when someone who is working with a bigger body, but they themselves have never been big. Now, when I say big, I'm talking about my big. I'm talking about where my thighs and my stomach prevent me from even trying to do a sit up because all of it's too big. All I can do is bend my neck down. That's what I'm talking about. So, what I'm trying to explain to you is when the body is large, gravity takes over and causes us to do some things with our body and posture that you don't know you're doing to compensate for size. She's gonna shut me down in a minute, so let me get the read done because she's gonna tell me enough. I can feel it. We have a vibe like that. July 13th, see the snow on the desert. I drove through Arizona's petrified forest, a land where dinosaurs once roamed. Then headed across the painted desert. A light dusting of snow covered the sand and shrubs. I felt both awe and surprise at the scene nature had created. Nature does many things. Tornadoes blow across the land, hurricanes pound the shores, bolts of lightning streak through the sky, dust storms fill the air. Nature petrifies wood, turning trees into beautiful crystal rocks, glowing with brilliant red and orange fossilized patterns. Nature takes centuries to carve bridges out of stone, using only winds and rains and the flow of water from other rocks. And sometimes she puts snow on the desert. I'm from Arizona, so I know that's true. Many things happen in our lives. Some of them, I do, TR. Some of them are probably consequential. You make Some of them are flukes and seem to come out of the blue. From nowhere, all of the events work into a pattern, helping to create our path through life, create our destiny. Sometimes we're influenced greatly by a traumatic storm. Other times, seemingly chance occurrences can change the entire pattern and course of lives. We don't have to understand everything. Give me a second. Hey, hey, what we doing? Okay, first of all, we're not talking to family like that. Where we do that at? That's abusive. What is she doing? Y'all was fine 5 minutes ago. What happened? I spent the last 30 minutes of me trying to talk to her about why we have to do this dance. We're doing this for Casey and not just for us. But she's not understanding my point of view. Well, Amy, she said she could. And she did. Why is she? Why is she standing there? You gotta remember she's 9. You forget she's 9. And she acts older, you forget she's still 9. He's still only 9. But sometimes you give her rules like you would give me. You can't give her rules you give me, niece. But she do. No, so some things she ain't gonna be to go as hard as you. You gonna have to help her. You gotta help her. It's not even the fact that we propose it. Okay, what is it? It's that Can I finish my life and I come right back? Give me 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. I'll be right back. Sorry, you guys. Y'all know I got nieces and okay, so we have a really big house. My whole family lives here, and I have a basement. Basically, my mom has a mother-in-law suite, which contains a bar, a theater, a bathroom, the laundry room, 2 walk-in closets, and bedroom, which is where I stay. So sometimes my nieces come downstairs and they watch. The kids always go in the theater areas. That's where they have stuff all out there. So the girls are. I encourage the girls to I can't even tell y'all what I'm about to say because my nephew follows me. Anyway, so the girls are doing stuff. And one of them is younger than the other one. So some of the things she can't actually do to perfection, like my older niece wants because she's only 9. So she's not understanding that she's only 9. So she's not going to be able to perfect everything like you want it because she's 9. And my niece is looking at me. Y'all should see her eyes. I was like, Amy, you have expectations on her like you have on me. I'm auntie, so it's okay if you say to me, Auntie, why are you not doing your best? I'm going to get that. She says, well, I need her to give me all she got. Amy, she's 9. She's giving you all she got. She's like, I needed to work harder. She's working as hard as she can. She's 9. So that's what they're arguing about. That screaming I heard was my nieces. I thought my sister was on prayer because prayer started at 8. And so my sisters, my nieces, they're arguing. My niece is like, you are not giving me all you got. I need you to lock in. I need you to lock in and give me all you got. We are doing this for Kate. My nephew turned 18 and he's also graduating. He got accepted to USC. He also recently released his first EP. He's a musician. And he's away right now at acapella camp where a lot of acapella artists actually train a group of kids every summer and they perform the performances at camp anyway. So the girls, Queen, you know the girls. Girl, they are in there. Let me get off here. Let me finish the reading and go do my thing with them, okay? I'm sorry about that, you guys. Many things happen in our lives. Some of them are probable, consequential, and some of them are flukes, and some of them come out of the blue from nowhere. All of the events work into a pattern, helping times were influenced greatly by a traumatic moment, helping to create us, create our path through life, create our destiny. Sometimes we're influenced greatly by a traumatic storm. Other times, seemingly chance occurrences can change the entire pattern and course of our lives. We don't have to understand everything. Maybe we aren't supposed to. We don't have to be prepared for all the storms. Sometimes the greatest learning occurrences were when we were caught off guard. Loose skin. I have a process that I did for my loose skin. I did use 2 creams and I wrapped it. I'll talk to you guys about skin theory. I'll have to make it alive. My moderator is gonna fuss at me in a minute. I have to do this stuff at a certain. Remember I told you I got some medical stuff. So remember I told you in the beginning I needed to rest. So she's not gonna be happy if I don't stay focused. I'm gonna stay focused. I'm not ignoring you. I hear you and I see you and I'm validating you. I have a lot since I've been starting and I'm trying to frame it out. Okay, mamas, I will actually just do a live tomorrow night. I will just make sure I talk on skin therapy and what you can be doing for your skin. Even if you wasn't doing it before, 2 things you can focus on is hyaluronic acid and collagen do help with severe saggy skin. And what it's going to start doing is to soften and smoothen it out. It's not going to reverse all of it, but we're going to soften it. No, I'm not ignoring you. I see you. You just told me to move on. I saw you. You're going to use that to kind of soften it out and smooth it. And then it does rejuvenate a little bit, but not all of it, okay? Okay. I'm not ignoring you, sis. I saw you. Y'all gonna get me in trouble. Other times, seemingly chance occurrences can change the entire pattern and course of our lives. We don't have to understand everything. Maybe we aren't supposed to. We don't have to be prepared for all the storms. Sometimes the greatest learning occurs when we're caught off guard by surprise. Weather the storms, let them pass. Keep your balance as best you're able. Remember to be flexible and sway with the winds like the tall trees in the forest. Trust the flakes too. Those moments where it trust the flakes too. Those moments when it snows on the desert. Let destiny have its way with you. And I wrote a little a comment. It says, be flexible and let destiny have its way with you. Be flexible and let destiny have its way for you. And that's actually what I'll close with today. Is to be flexible and let destiny have its way with you. I pray that IRISE Sunday, thank you for joining me. I always like IRISE Sunday because we get to go live for an hour, but our hour's up, you guys. We're a little bit over, so we got to get off. But I always like Sundays because I get to talk more. I get to do more topics. But during the week, we only do 1 topic a day with the reading because it keeps it shorter. But may God bless you all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm Coach Kenya. I've been more than blessed, more than honored that each of you have been here with me, and I'm more than grateful. I know that you don't have to be here. You could be doing something else somewhere else. So I'm honestly thankful. Thank you for all the taps, all the love loves, all the likes. You didn't have to do that either. So once again, I am grateful. I pray that God may bless you and keep you. And I'll see each and every one of you tomorrow, if you want to, right here, same place, same wacky channel with the same wacky coach. May God bless you. And don't forget to IRISE. Realize you are strong enough to win.